Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the private Everlasting server with Silver Phoenix, our level 37, approaching 38. Martial Arts Super Reflex Scrapper. We are involved in the Envoy of Shadow story arc, and I have just set the mission level down to +0 since the last time I fought the Envoy. He kicked my butt. I've got a slightly different tray of inspirations. I don't know if we're going to face him again. I suspect we will. I have this very vague feeling, sort of vague memory. When I did this last time, of course, there was no such thing as mission difficulty, and the Envoy of Shadow was an arch villain every time. And I have this feeling that, like, he appears in several different missions as an optional opponent, and then in the last mission, I guess you have to fight him. So the last time, he was clearly optional because I fought him, I lost, I went through the rest of the mission after I rescued the hostages. He then didn't have to be defeated and the mission ended, and I wasn't able to go after him because I had almost no inspirations. So now I've got exactly the tray of inspirations I want. I've brought the mission level down to +0 just so I don't have to use, for two reasons. One, I don't want to have to use inspirations on everybody else before I get to him, because then I won't necessarily get back the ones I want. But the second reason is that, again, Circle of Thorns, they have my weakness, and fighting him as a purple elite boss without elude, which I don't get to level 38, is just going to be very difficult. And I really don't feel like fighting him over and over and over again and dying over and over again, which is probably what would happen. So let's call Cadeo Kestro, and we will see what he says about our mission. I also want to say I may be a little out of practice. It's been almost 2 weeks since the last time I recorded this, about 12 days since I last recorded and played City of Heroes. I was out of town. I had some issues again with my mom's health, and we had to deal with that. So I'm back now, but I'm a little out of practice at doing this, so we'll see how well it goes. So, the Envoy of Shadow, Acarist, was nearly overcome with fear when I told him about the message you found when you stopped that sacrifice. The Envoy's message talked about this Hequat character returning, and that concept really worried Acarist. He says that it's likely the Circle will try to confirm this on their own. This might match with reports that the Circle of Thorns have taken over a small office and are preparing some kind of a ceremony there. The ceremony could have a darker purpose. Then, if so, we need to know. Acarist says if they're trying to determine what's going on, the ritual will be well guarded, and you do well to bring along allies. So this is the other reason why I decided to lower it to +0. I shouldn't need allies. If necessary, I will try to call in my supergroup, although only one other person, Hit Parade, is online right now. Hit Parade is a... Can't see the info. I'm not sure what all these symbols are. Let's see. Hit Parade is a blaster, it looks like. Or maybe that's a sentinel. I can't remember. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get help at this moment. We got our toggles back on, and we're going to go to Steel Canyon and disrupt the ritual and look for clues. So this doesn't look like the final episode of the story arc, but again, I think the Envoy of Shadows will probably be an optional enemy. I will try to take him out if he's in the mission, but I don't know that this is the last time we will encounter him. I also want to be careful. I don't want to go too many levels before doing this other mission in Cimarora, mainly because if we outlevel it, it'll be too easy. You know, like if it's a level 36 mission and we're 38 or 39, it'll just be silly easy. I'm going to also have to, though, remember to bump missions back up to +2 after we're done with this Circle arc, because it's really only the Circle that has my weakness, and nobody else is a problem at +2. With this level, and once we're at 38 and have elude, they absolutely won't be. I'm getting a lot of lag today. I don't know if that's my end or if it's the server. I was noticing it before I started recording. Alright, so as we enter the office, seems the world's gone completely silent except for the soft chanting of the Circle, so we need to look for clues. And there's Circle right there. Notice this is a +0 mission. There's still +1. Right, so we gotta watch out. I'm hopeful that the Envoy, if he's in here, will be +0. A +1 a +0 lieutenant is yellow, a +0 boss is orange, and a +0 elite boss is also orange. So if we think about that purple Envoy of Shadows, he was, I believe, +2 to me. So hopefully he'll be no more than red, and if we're lucky, even orange to us. And that should be doable. I mean, the real problem is, you know, they have our weakness, and then if they're like +2 to us, that just makes it really difficult. Let's notice here, though, we're at +0 on this mission. We have not yet encountered a single +0 minion. So far, we've had 6 +1s and no +0s. 6 yellows, no whites, even though I've asked it for whites. And this is one of the things that I find sort of frustrating about the difficulty setting, that I don't remember being quite this bad when I was, oh, and there's the Inquisitor, who's a +1 boss. I don't remember it being quite this consistently over what you asked for during the live version of the game when the difficulty setting first came out, before you were using this, when you were setting your notoriety in the other way and there were only 5 possible settings. I don't remember it being quite this consistently over what you're asking for. I mean, why are you giving me the option to ask for +0s when you're going to give me literally every villain so far, 8 out of 8 have been +1? To me, it shouldn't do that. Alright, anyway, doesn't matter, enough bellyaching about that. We'll take this guy out, and now we have to take the Inquisitor out. We may need to use some inspirations on him, but I hope not. I should be able to hit him hard enough, and he's just a regular boss. Especially if I can knock him down. There we go. The biggest problem is not being able to hit him. Like that. And notice, remember, Crane Kick, I have like 125% chance to hit with that. So if I'm still missing, that means he's debuffing me by like -50. Something like that. Notice we get massive amounts of influence and XP from these guys. We're somewhat on patrol XP, unfortunately. We may level in this mission. I doubt it. I suspect it'll take at least one more mission, unless this turned out to be the final mission of the story arc. Finishing the story arc probably would level us. Just have to see what happens. We're looking for clues, so we should hear a glowy somewhere. We might also find hostages. It's not clear what it is exactly that we're looking for. Here are some +0s. So now it's 8 to 3. Now this will be stupidly easy because they're just guides and they're +0. And this is why I don't necessarily like having it on +0. And one of the things that I do find a little bit frustrating with something like the Envoy of Shadows, and I remember actually complaining about this even in the live game, is they make the elite boss so hard that you need to be +0 or +1 to the elite boss to beat him, but then everything else at +0 or +1 is just ridiculously easy. Right, so these guys are also +0, so we're now at 8 to 5 if you're keeping count. 8 +1s, 5 +0s. It's just going to be interesting to see what proportion of the mission is actually the level we asked for and what proportion is higher than we asked for. Right, I know it's random, but it should still be biased in favor of what you asked for, or it shouldn't ask you for things, you know. Or it should call this a +1 level mission if more than half the villains are +1. Right? I mean, the majority should be the level you asked for, in my opinion. Otherwise, there's no point to the difficulty setting. There's another +1. Right? So it's now 9-5. Notice I'm not quite being as careful with these +1s and +0s in terms of who I hit first. I would have gone after the Earth Thorncaster first if they were oranges or reds. But with +1s, it's not quite as critical. But notice I can't hit this guy, right? 3 misses in a row, including Crane Kick, which again has like 125, plus 125 to hit, right? If we look at what Crane Kick, let's see, has to hit here, 60% chance to hit, and I rolled a 63, so he's debuffing me by like he has like a 65 defense or something like that. That's insane. For a minion, that's craziness. Okay, so 3 more. So what is that, 9-8 now? So it's just slightly over half so far that have been +1 to me. If we get the envoy at +0, and if we happen to get him just as we level, he'll be cake, and you'll be amazed at how much easier he'll be than if he's purple. Alright, so 3 more +1, so that makes it 8 to 12. 8 plus 0, 12 plus 1. Oh, I missed him. And now he's going to run me into another spawn, probably. See if we can pull him back this way. Come on, you. Yep, missed again. Okay. So there's more +0s, so this should be 3 +0s, so that makes it 12 to 11. 12 plus 1s, 11 plus 0s. See how much easier the +0s are. I believe we're on the second level? There could be multiple levels, but this is usually the ending of the room. So here's some more whites. So now it's 14 to 11 with the majority being white cons. And I hear a glowy. And I hear some spells being cast. There's the glowy. And the envoy might be upstairs. So we've got a clue. Can't see up there, can we? No. Thought maybe we could see up over the balcony, but no. These are just white cons? Okay. So it was 17 to 12, wasn't it? So there were actually more white cons than yellow. Way too easy, but again, with the envoy, you never know. Alright, so ritual writings. Hastily scribbled notes record the results of the ritual. While they provide no proof if Hecate is active or not, the indications on the ritual scroll is that she does still exist. Okay. So we'll head on out, and we will report that to our contact. I gotta sell salvage at some point. And he says it's good that you hit the ritual even if the results are inconclusive. Hecate still exists, though, and that may be enough to lean the circle toward working with the envoy. If the circle starts to consider accepting the deal, then we will have to move fast to stop them. So we ask about available missions, and he says, all your work to stop the envoy of Shadow in the circle, making a deal is paying off, but there has been a repercussion. The envoy is preparing to accelerate the deal, and is going to make a ceremonial gift of new thorn blades to the Circle of Thorns. I'd like you to disrupt the exchange and take those thorn blades. The envoy itself is likely to be there. Defeating him will be necessary to break his ability to sense and retrieve thorn blades. It might be a good idea to have allies with you for that reason, if you haven't already gathered some. So again, they're warning us. I will say, good on them for at least warning us that this is not necessarily a solo mission. The text, of course, is from when the envoy was an arch-villain. He would be almost completely unbeatable to a super reflex scrapper solo like this at level 38 with no inventions back in the day when all you had was single origin enhancements. And even with some inventions and improved crit chances and things like that, and a full tray of the correct inspirations, he would be completely undefeatable to us as a +2 or 3 arch-villain. As a +0 or +1 elite boss, he should be okay. Again, we're going to have to use our inspirations. Let me talk about the reason why I have it set up this way. 2 Lux pretty much floored him. Each of these Lux is 12%, so 25 added to our, with combat jumping, we would have like a 57, 58-ish% defense. The envoy at +1 or +0 would have about a 65% chance to hit, so he'll be about 7% chance. You saw that in the last one. That's effectively floored. I don't see the point of adding another luck to get him down to 5 from 7. So we have him essentially floored at 2 lucks. The lucks last, I believe, for 1 minute. I'm not sure, but I believe they all last. These things all last for 1 minute. Yeah, 60 seconds. And so, if they last for 60 seconds, that gives us 1 minute and then another minute. I would really love to have a elude, but we don't have it yet. So we have 2 minutes to get him. We're going to use 1 accuracy and 1 damage, and 2 of these in that first minute. Whatever heals we need, hopefully no more than 2. And then when they start blinking and get ready to wear off, we're going to use these 2 and these 2 in the second minute. And hopefully by the end of 2 minutes, with those in Focus Chi and a little bit of luck, and him only being +0 +1, we should be able to get him in 2 minutes. That's the logic of why I have it the way I do. Whether I'm going to be able to do that or not, I don't know. So we need to find the blades and see clues. And we got to defeat the envoy, and I'm pretty sure this isn't the only time we're going to defeat him, right? We're going to defeat him, but I guess not capture him, and then we're going to defeat him again, and probably again. I feel like you had to fight him like 3 or 4 times. And sometimes it was optional, and sometimes, like this time, it appears to be required. Because he said you're going to have to. Let's see what we got here. I don't see any bad guys at all, which is a little weird. Do they not spawn? Huh. Thought I heard a glowy. But no. Apparently not. We'll come back and check this as we come on our way back. Because I'm pretty sure this is going to dead end up here, and then we'll have to come back. I can't believe there hasn't been any enemies yet. Can't believe there have been none. Not a single... Did this thing not spawn? I had that happen once during live where I ran through the whole mission and like nothing, no glowies, and no bad guys spawned. But there is a glowy here. Where the heck are the bad guys? This is weird. You'd expect them to be guarding. Naming notes. These hastily written notes record detailed observations of the envoy of Shadow, including numerous conjectures about its nature and its true name. Ah. So if you know a thing's true name, you can control it. Usually in Magic. Nothing up here. Where are all the bad guys? This is really weird. Like, not one? And there's the Envoy of Shadows! Okay. We did not aggro him. Alright, well, we may as well fight him. We've got our full tray. He's +1. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, he's got a buddy. We gotta take his buddy out. Fortunately, the buddy is +0. Oh, the envoy is +0, okay. So elite bosses must con as an archvillain. Gotta take 1 health. See if we can knock him down. I don't know if we can. I doubt it. No. Gotta take that. Do a little more damage. Notice how much easier this is, guys. Red instead of purple. He's doing a lot of damage to me, but we've got him. We got him. And we got like 21,000 influence from that. Now let's take a look. Envoy of Shadows misses. He had a 6% chance to hit me, right? With those 2 lucks. Rolled a 91. Right, and I had a 95% chance to hit him. 6% chance to hit, I rolled a 47. Right? Flash Stomp. 6% chance to hit, rolled an 87. right? Missed. 6% chance to hit, rolled a 13. So we took a lot of damage from him, but we got him in terms of his... we had him basically floored with 2 lucks. So if you add it up, right, 58... We have about 58 defense with... and he might have a little more if he was doing an AoE, but we have about 58 defense against his attacks, and he had a 6% chance, so he had about a 65% chance to hit us, right? And so that's why we wanted to lower it to +1, +0, right? Because even at +0, he's red to us. And there must be another clue up there, but we got to defeat these guys also. We don't need that anymore. And again, that is why you want more than 45 defense, because they have a higher chance to hit you, right? You need up to 60 defense to fight, to floor an elite boss. So we found another clue. I think I saw some guys over here. Yep. Hi, guys. So that Tray of Inspirations worked pretty well, and I will go in with that again when I go to fight the Envoy again the next time, because I'm sure we will fight him again. And there's another set of guys. These guys are +1s, it looks like. No, it's a lieutenant. By himself. Weird. Okay, so we don't need that for the next time. Okay. Have we gotten everybody in this room before I leave it? Looks like it. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. I thought that was a guy. Alright, so we've got everybody in this room, so now we're going to have to go the other way. Alright, this is the way out. Oh, there's a guy. 2 guys. How did I miss them on the way in? We don't need that, we don't need that. Alright, we completed that mission. Head out to Talos Island. Do we have the true name? Oh, we got the Thorn Blades. Okay. So we contact Cadeo, and he says, those Thorn Blades will be well hidden and protected until they can be safely studied. Good work. From the notes you found, it looks like the Circle of Thorns are trying to discover the true name of the Envoy of Shadows. Names are very important in magic, and having the Fiend's true name could be a big advantage. So we're going to talk to him about it later. I did want to remember, we do have the Werewolves. We have 3 uses left of that, and we have the Wedding Band, which gives 30% resistance, so we can use that against the Envoy as well. So, next episode, we will continue. I'm going to just read this out, and we'll take the mission, and then we'll do that in the next episode. But it says, after you found out that the Circle was looking for the Envoy of Shadow's true name, when you captured the Thornblades, I spoke with Akarist. He agrees that finding the true name of the Envoy of Shadow could be the key to destroying the beast before it can complete a deal with the Circle of Thorns. If the Circle can find the Envoy's true name first, however, they will use it to secure a better deal for themselves, and from the outcome of the last time the Circle made deals with demons, I'm sure we wouldn't want to see what would happen. So, Akarist has narrowed down where the Circle would likely be working to discover the true name. The hard part will be getting in and getting out. Are you up for it? Again, allies would be useful, because again, I think the Envoy of Shadows is going to be in there. So I'm going to buy some inspirations on the way, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to go into the next mission. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Scarperlock, and this is City of Heroes.